Welcome to the Addicted to Success podcast. I'm your host, Joel Brown, and I'm here today with Sean Mike Kelly, who is an incredible young entrepreneur. At the age of 20, he created Jersey Champs. With $1,000 in his pocket, he turned it into a multi-million-dollar business online. Now, this is just truly incredible, man, and the way that you've been able to be resourceful and you've learned so many amazing things, and I'd love for you to really break this down with us today in this episode. And I'd just like to say thank you for sharing your time with us, Sean. Welcome.
Thank you, Joel. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to share.
Beautiful, brother. So you reached out to me on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'd say probably about like a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that you were inspired by some things that we were putting out on Addicted to Success, and you built your brand now. What was that? What was that thing that inspired you to really reach out and to connect with me and to also really start this business?
Yeah, so I've read a ton of articles on Addicted to Success and also many other sites. Ton of articles ranging from conversion rate optimization towards methods on growing your social medias. And I've just compiled all these articles, and I have a huge Word document where I just take notes on everything I listen to and I read and see online. And it's definitely helped me in the long run.
Wow, that's amazing, man. So you're kind of like the Indiana Jones right there, just like digging for all the gold, the nuggets, the wisdom, and you're putting it all into one document. I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you started Jersey Champs. How long ago was this?
I started it 2 years ago when I was in college.
Okay, you started with $1,000. Now it's a multi-million-dollar business. How does this happen? What are some things that you implemented that you feel like really helped you to build this business?
I made some really unique jerseys. The first jersey that put us on the map was a Harambe jersey, which was a viral meme 2 years ago. And we made a Harambe jersey, which got featured on Barstool Sports and a lot of other big Instagram pages. So ever since then, we try to center our designs around anything trending. So we caught the Trump wave when he was elected at the end of 2016. We made a Trump jersey. And that also really helped us get the brand out there. So we noticed to center our designs around trending topics.
Right. Wow. So for anyone that's listening right now that doesn't understand maybe what Sean is created here is he has jerseys, right? And he has his customized jersey brand where he creates customized jerseys for, trends, different trends, but also a lot of, celebrities, athletes, basketball players have picked up his jersey. I know Mark Cuban from Shark Tank, the billionaire Mark Cuban, also picked up a Shark Tank jersey that you created.
Mm-hmm.
So this is amazing, man. So share with us, how do you get set up? Let's say you've got the idea for your product, right? And this is for any listener that really has this idea and they're like, hey, how do I get this online? What are the best ways to really market this product? How did you do it, and what would you recommend to others out there that have an idea, that are ready to take it to market?
Yeah, so jerseys are worn by primarily millennials and a younger demographic. So we attacked the market on social media heavily. So our main focus was Instagram at first, and then we transitioned into Facebook ads when that started taking off. And sorry, my dog's barking.
It's all good, brother. Keep it rolling.
So we ended up getting Mark Cuban through our Instagram page. He commented on our photo because at first we just posted a concept of the Shark Tank jersey because I really liked the show. And then he commented, so we ended up making them. And that's actually what happens a lot with these celebrities. We'll create mock-ups and post them on the Instagram page before we even make them. So there's no upfront cost besides the designer. And sometimes they'll reach out to us and we could get it out to them.
Oh, I love that, man. You know what's funny? There's a name for that. It's called ego baiting. When you ego bait. It's funny. We did this with, we didn't intentionally do it, but it worked out this way. We created a couple articles on Dwayne Johnson, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And he saw people were tagging him in the article from Addicted to Success. And so he ended up sharing it, and he shared quite a few of our things, and we had massive spikes in our traffic. And I'm sure too, running a website where you have a celebrity or somebody big shouting you out, you can end up getting a big spike, but at the same time, your website can crash, right?
Yeah, I had to deal with that in the past.
You did? Yeah. What other technical issues have you had to face with your online store or your website? How did you overcome them?
Yeah, so when I first started Jersey Champs, I had no idea about any technical things. So we started on WordPress, and it used to crash all the time whenever someone big posted us or like we bought a shout out. But then we moved over to Shopify, and our site barely crashes now. So they're definitely more reliable than Bluehost.
Okay. Yeah, that's good news. So how would someone go around setting up a Shopify, and what advice would you share around this? Like, what would you say would be a great thing for people to implement when it comes to launching their business through Shopify?
Yeah, so Shopify's pretty cheap. I believe it's 30 a month. And then you'll need some additional apps like an abandonment car protector and certain upsell apps and stuff. So altogether it'll be like 150 to 200 a month probably.
Yep.
And yeah, if you're just starting out, you're gonna have to pay for that, and then you're hosting, and then I'm trying to think what else. That's probably gonna be your biggest expense, and then I just focused on the on growing the social media platforms.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Now, when it comes to social media, how do we grow our platforms? Because you've got is it 1.5 million followers?
Yeah,
One-
1.6 now, I believe.
1.6 million followers. So what
Mhm.
advice would you give to people out there that are struggling to build their social media?
Yeah, so there's a few ways. Luckily, if you spend a lot of money, you'll have access to the Facebook client support panel. So with
Yep.
that, you can merge pages, which is the quickest way to grow. So all
Yep.
the pages with millions of followers, they actually merge pages. I know all the big guys with like 10, 15 million, and they all merge. So that's the quickest way. And then if you have a big budget,
When you say merge pages, what do you mean by that? Just for those that might not know what that means.
oh, merge pages is when you have two pages. So you're the owner of two pages, and let's say one of them is inactive or you're not using it. You can send all the followers from that page to your current active page, and then that account will be deleted.
I see. I see. Right. Yep. And what else works as well? What's a good way to build on social?
Yeah, so if you have a bigger budget, you can just buy shout outs and use influencers. We've gotten our jerseys on like World Star and like all those big pages, but those pages obviously cost a few thousand. So,
Right.
but the good thing is if you advertise it correctly, you'll get that money back and get free followers on top of it. So it's like a win-win.
Oh, nice. And so you get your money back by, how do you measure that? So you put down 1,000, and then you just watch your sales, or do you have a specific link
So
that you share so you can track it, or how does that work?
yeah, so with Jersey Champs, we have traffic coming from everywhere. So it's kind of complicated, but you can either use a Google UTM link, which is through Google Analytics, and then you could track all the sales from that link, or you can use a Shopify discount link and track all the sales from that discount. So there's a couple options.
Okay. Okay, great. Now, what's your next moves with Jersey Champs? Have you got a new strategy in place? I know you have this fourth quarter coming up. What's different this quarter?
Yeah, so esports is blowing up in America. I'm not sure if it's blowing up where you're at, but we just made a bunch of jerseys for a bunch of pro esports teams because those guys actually wear jerseys when they compete. So,
Esports. What's esports? I don't think we have that out here in Australia.
oh yeah, it's huge in America. It's online gaming. So these kids just play on their computers and they get like tons of viewers and stuff. It's crazy.
Wow. Wow. Right. So you're customizing jerseys for that, for those
Yeah, so
players?
they have what's called a clan, which is like a bunch of people in one clan and they compete competitively. So it's like hundreds of jerseys at a time we're making for them.
Right. Beautiful, man. So Sean, take us into your mind. What does your day to day look like when you wake up in the morning? How do you handle your business? Like, what are you thinking? What are your daily habits that you have in play? What things do you check? What things are you setting up? What's a day to day in the life of Sean?
Yeah, so I've gotten a lot better at this luckily because I was able to outsource all the like annoying tasks like email and like running the social media pages. So I
Yep.
focus on just the marketing now. So I'll wake up and check on how the Facebook ads are doing because they vary so tremendously from day to day. Like some days they'll be really good, and then the next day you'll have to turn them off. So you got to check them every day, and then I'll see what's trending, see if there's a new design I can make. Because the more designs we make, the better the opportunity is. One will pop. Because five designs at a time are usually 80% of our sales. So we're always looking for that one trending design to make. and I'm just focusing on that usually.
Right. So doing a bit of market research, staying on the curve, seeing what's on the horizon.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Now you said you outsource. So let's say somebody has an online business and they're struggling. They're like feel like they're spinning plates. They're balancing way too many things at once. How do we outsource? What's the best way to do that? It sounds like kind of like a 4-hour work week thing.
Yeah. The first person I'd hire would be a VA, so they're gonna answer your emails and stuff, your direct messages on social media even. And
Yep.
also, if you're drop shipping, they can even handle all those orders. They can type in the customer's address on AliExpress, wherever you're drop shipping from. And then I'd hire a web developer to improve your website because that's extremely important. Every conversion rate percentage is like 5 or 6 figures once you're selling a lot of volume. So you want to constantly be improving your site.
Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So when you were putting your jerseys together, right? What's the process there? How do you manufacture these jerseys? If someone wanted to come up with a clothing line or they have like a product, what's the best way to do it?
Yeah. So with our jerseys, we have these blank templates. So I'm sure if you're trying to manufacture a product, you could find a blank template and then have a designer fill in the necessary components of it and then forward that over to the factory and have them send a sample. And that's basically what we did with Jersey Champs. So you could probably replicate that in any industry.
Right. Okay. Excellent. And you just over time, you obviously like tweak your products, fine tune it. You come across some better materials and just keep improving. Right?
Yeah, our first batch of basketball jerseys was really funny. The neck went down to like the chest area, so like your chest showed a lot.
Good V-neck.
We've come a long way from there.
That's good. Hey, this is entrepreneurship, man. I tell people over and over, like they're trying to get it perfect straight away. And I say, it's the process, baby. You got to
Yeah,
get in there. You've got to, like put it out. Obviously you want to try and get as many ducks in a row as you can, but at the same time, it doesn't have to be perfect to begin with. And obviously sounds like you've taken the same approach.
yeah, it's been a journey.
Beautiful. What online tools or platforms do you use? What systems do you use online? Like, do you have any software that you like to use that you feel has really helped your business, so that if anybody's listening that could have some better software on their computer to run their business, what would that be?
Yeah, I use a few right now. I used to use an automation tool for Instagram, but it's kind of against their TOS to automate, so I stopped doing that. But when you're first starting out, you might have to use something like that because it's hard. But now I use a few sites. I use watchcount.com. That site shows you the top sellers on eBay. And I use a Chrome extension called Follower Wonk, which shows you the top sellers on Amazon and how much monthly revenue they're bringing in. So that's a good, great tool because a lot of people shop on Amazon. So you can find winners before you even start selling them.
So what's the name of those two tools again?
Oh yeah,
What?
so watchcount.com for the eBay sellers, and then Follower Wonk for the Amazon tool.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay, excellent. Yep.
And let me think. I use Linked Helper, but that's kind of different. It's a LinkedIn Chrome extension that helps connect me with people at various companies. I use that mainly for wholesale.
Okay, for wholesale. Okay, excellent. Sean, tell me a little bit about your money mindset and how your world has changed. Because obviously you went from 1,000 to a multi-million-dollar business in the space of 2 years. That's insane, man.
Yeah.
So what is your mindset around money now? Like, how has your world changed? How has your life changed? Have you moved to a new place? Have you set your parents up with have you helped them with their mortgage? Or have you traveled a bit? What's changed in your life?
No. My parents are both very well off. They've been working their whole life. But I actually didn't even pay myself a single penny till this year. So I was broke the past 2 years. I was just reinvesting all the money back into the business. So I finally paid myself this year. So I can now buy my own food and stuff. But yeah, I'm still reinvesting everything back. I don't care about money at this point. I've never been materialistic or anything. So it's just going all back into the company right now.
I love it. I love it, brother. This is really good. And this is what you have to do sometimes, you have to have that sacrifice in the beginning, right? To really build the foundations, to build your empire. It doesn't come if you keep spending. You need to invest.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
That's the way
I
I saw it.
love it, man. You're 20 years old. You understand this already. And for anyone that's listening, like, this is it. You know, so many entrepreneurs that we get here on the Addicted to Success podcast, so many of them are like, don't spend until you've invested. Like, it's not even good to just save money all the time, because you're hoarding it and it's not doing anything. We had, Grant Cardone, right? We had Grant Cardone on one of the episodes, and he said that he looks at money as his slave, you know, and it was kind of like, whoa, okay. But he said he gets his slaves to work, you know, he gets his money to work. If it didn't work, he'll find more slaves. That's how he calls his money his slave. Awesome. And he really gets it working. And it was a really cool shift in mindset and perspective to really look at business in such a healthy way of investing back into your business. So, no, this is good. What's your 10-year plan, Sean? Have you got a 5-year or a 10-year vision for what you're looking at creating and where you're taking Jersey Champs?
Yeah, so we're already like at the top for like custom and movie and TV show and like rapper jerseys. So we want to hopefully get licensing for actual sports down the road, like NFL, MLB, and all these big sports leagues in America, because that's a huge industry. And only like 3 or so companies have the licensing right now to sell those jerseys.
Right.
So you need 5 years of constant sales above 2 million, I believe. So I think we could get there.
Absolutely, you can get there. You're just getting started. You're scratching the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. What mistake do you feel like you've made, where you've stumbled, you've maybe made a bad decision? What have you done so that we can learn from your mistakes?
I've made a few. So the biggest financial mistake I made was Halloween/Black Friday of last year. I ended up having to refund almost every customer because we didn't ship the product in time. So a lot of drop shippers probably are going to have to deal with this coming up. You can't drop ship those orders for like Christmas and like holiday season, because it takes 2 to 3 weeks to arrive from China. So you're going to get a ton of chargebacks and angry customers and stuff. So you got to actually carry inventory in your country. So we ended up losing close to 6 figures, I believe. And it was just really bad. So you gotta do the numbers. Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's a expensive lesson. And I wouldn't call it a mistake either. It's a lesson, right? Like, I know for me, I've done things where I've left things out of contracts, and then it's costed me, and it could be, you know, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, could even be multiple 6 figures. But, you know, you learn from these mistakes, become a lesson. I like this. Thanks for sharing that. When you say we, because you're obviously referring to your team, how many people do you have on your team?
We got about 11 now, I believe. So yeah, we're growing.
And are they local? Do they live closely, or have you got them working from all over the world, or how does that work?
Yeah, they're all over the place. One of our graphic designers is in Africa. So we got, and our virtual assistant team is in Ukraine. So we're worldwide right now.
Damn, taking it worldwide. I love that.
Yeah.
So Sean, what advice would you give to young entrepreneurs that are in their early 20s or even mid 20s or even younger? Mm-hmm. What advice would you share with them that you believe to be wisdom now that you've learned from?
Yeah. So if you're still young, you still got a lot of time. I know I'm young right now, but I wish I started when I was even younger, like in high school. So time's your biggest asset, and you're going to realize how important time is as you develop your business career. It's really important. So like whenever you can, just work on a side business. And then basically that's what I did. I was working on Jersey Champs while I was in college, and then eventually it overtook academics, and I got to the next level and could drop out and run it full time. So just do it on the side, and you never know, one day it could blow up. I
love this, man. I love it. So you're a high school dropout.
College
dropout. Yeah, in Australia we call it high school. So you're a college dropout, and you've gone on to build a multi-million-dollar business. I mean, look, man, this is what it is. I'm a high school dropout, right? I left when I was 16 years old. Wow. And built Addicted to Success. And it just, it shows, like, the most important thing that I've discovered is that you've got to be aligned with your values, what you value most. That's where you're most passionate, where you're most in spirit, which is where you're most inspired, right?
Mhm.
and you've got to have a vision for what you're creating. And it sounds like some people like unconsciously create a vision, and some people know exactly what they're creating. And it sounds like you've had this experience where you've found something really great. You love it. Obviously you're passionate about it. You're good at it, and you've gotten better because you just keep putting in the practice, but you also have the vision of expanding for the future. So you're doing
Yeah.
all the right things, man. I applaud you. It's awesome to see you coming up, and I'm sure we'll be connecting. And eventually, if you're speaking at events, it'd be cool to see you speak at some events that we speak at, and that'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm just starting that. So hopefully I could get that going. I'm speaking at the Build Your Empire event next week. So I'm excited.
Oh, you are? Where's that?
It's in Arizona. So pretty far from you.
Yeah, oh, quite far. Yeah, yeah. Beautiful. Well, congratulations on that. Where else can we find you online, Sean?
Instagram, Sean Mike Kelly, or Facebook, Sean Kelly. And I'll be sure to respond to you guys.
Beautiful. And obviously Jersey Champs is on Instagram. You can go to, is it jerseychamps.com?
Yeah.
jerseychamps.com. There you go. So check it out, guys. Thank you for listening, everyone that has jumped on. Sean, before we wrap up this interview, I have this one last question for you, okay? And this last question is, if you were to deliver your last 30-second speech to the world, what would that last 30 seconds sound like?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's hard. Last 30 seconds.
Yeah, your parting advice.
Yeah. All right. So this has been hitting me hard lately. Business is very important, obviously, and we all like it a lot. And sometimes we like it too much, where we're not spending times with our loved ones. And I really realized that this year because I was working my ass off and barely seeing my girlfriend, barely seeing my own mom in my own house. So be sure to spend time with those that like took care of you your whole life, and don't just melt into your business like a lot of entrepreneurs do.